चाय में पड़ा बिस्किट, प्यार में पड़ा लड़का और प्रेशर में पड़ा खिलाड़ी किसी काम के नहीं होते।
A true believer in purpose-driven marketing, Castrol is of the view that content marketing is the strongest pillar to drive brand purpose. The engine, oil and lubricant brand creates content around the passion points of the consumers. Buzzin Content caught up with Kedar Apte, Vice President Marketing Castrol India, to talk about the brand's content marketing strategy in an interview with Republic TV Presence Engage. How much do you believe in the power of content marketing?
Well, quite a lot. And actually, today's world is very, very cluttered, where a consumer goes through so much information throughout the day. I think content marketing can help engage with the consumer and involve the consumer a lot better.
What are the brand's major content marketing initiatives?
Well, right now, it's the cricket season, and we have a lot of content marketing initiatives around cricket. So, on every day of IPL, we have a content called Castrol Active Akashwani by none other than Akash Chopra, who talks about Castrol Active Protector of the Day. Right, so he does a capsule every day where he links the brand proposition of Castrol Active Protection to protecting the match. We also have a content every week where we talk about one Castrol Active champion that Harsha Bogle talks about on a famous cricketing portal. So we do a lot of these content initiatives around the theme and passion point of the youth, which is cricket.
On which platforms are these content initiatives available?
So one of them is on CricBuzz, which is cricket portal, and the Castrol Active Akashwani is on YouTube. It's on a YouTube channel. We also have two strong digital communities. One of them is called Castrol Biking, one of them is called Castrol Cricket, where we also host some of this content.
What is the importance of community building in content marketing and how can one make most out of it?
Well, I think community building is quite critical in content marketing because today's youth actually rely a lot on connecting with each other and they are influencers for each other. So if you want to talk about brand proposition of a brand like Castrol Power One, which is a premium lubricant for bikes, rather than the brand preaching, if a lot of advice comes from their friends or colleagues, it's far more credible. So what we do, for example, is when we launched a new engine oil, we send it to a lot of bikers, right? And we tell them to use it, experience it, shoot their videos and upload it. And when other consumers see it, it's a far more credible way of communicating the brand position with the consumers.
How do you promote these communities?
Well, we have to, of course, advertise a lot. And we also run a lot of contests where there is call for action to join the community and participate with a strong payoff. For example, once we ran a campaign on Castrol Power One where we invited consumers to talk about their passion for riding, and the payoff was actually all expense paid trip for MotoGP along with our brand ambassador. Right, so when you do things like that, people who have strong affinity or passion for biking join the group, and similar is for cricket.
How does a brand decide that they're ready for the content marketing journey?
First of all, I would say prerequisite is if you're not established your proposition, don't just jump into content marketing. First, focus on that. But if you want to do content marketing for building affinity with consumers, first is go and listen to your consumers, look at their passion points. Because unless your content is appealing to the passion points of the consumers, that's not going to work. I think that's the first step. Second is you should have a plan to see how to keep it going. Because a lot of times brands do one or two videos and then they put it and they fail to sustain that momentum. So when brands start content marketing, they should have a sustained approach, and we look at paid, earned and owned media and see how do we leverage each of the channels to keep content marketing sustained over a period of time.
Tell us about your content initiatives done on mediums other than digital.
We do a lot of stuff on TV now along with our advertising. So what we are doing is we have a campaign called Ride for Vote, where we want to be a spark for change to appeal to consumers or young bikers to encourage others for voting. And what we are doing is, along with our normal TVC that we've released, we are doing a campaign along with a leading news network where we shot a lot of content, a lot of interesting stories from across the country, where people have gone out of their way to encourage others and involve others in voting. And in fact, now we are encouraging people to take a pledge to help others and involve others in voting as well. So that campaign is on right now, and we've generated about 4 videos which will initiate these conversations. And then when we actually make this happen during elections, we'll have a lot of content on how some of our consumers actually helped other people in voting.
How does content marketing help you overcome the challenge of informing and educating the consumers?
So the category has medium involvement, right? Because as a lubricant goes inside the engine oil, there's no touch and feel and so on. And I think content marketing, if used effectively, can be very useful in building that connect with the consumers as well as building the proposition. To just give you an example, when we were doing T20 World Cup, the brand challenge was to explain how the new engine oil for scooters was different than engine oil for bikes and why consumers should use that engine oil. So we drew a parallel between T20 not being equal to cricket. So it started with a lot of content where Harsha Bogle and Rahul Dravid were talking to each other, and they said, no, you can't use normal statistics such as average in T20 cricket, and T20 cricket is different than one-day cricket. And then we had a plug of how scooters are different than bikes. And then we encourage people to have their own comments on how T20 is different, what kind of performance indices should be used, and so on. And while doing that, we also talk about the product, about how scooters are different than bikes and so on. So what we were able to do is to generate a lot of interest and involvement of the consumers using their passion point of cricket, but then also involving them to talk about the category aspects.
Does content marketing help you in generating sales leads?
Well, in a category like ours, actually building emotional affinity and being top of mind translates into purchases, right? And when we do a campaign like this, we have seen it result very, very strongly into purchases as well.
How can one create engaging and interesting content in your category?
Well, first speak to the consumers, see what they like, what brings a smile on their face, and see what you can, like I used a parallel of cricket, see how passion points can be used to draw analogies between the passion points and the category and the brand.
Would you agree that content marketing is the strongest pillar of purpose-driven marketing?
Yes, I mean, I believe so, because when you just do a purpose-driven one communication, it's very one-dimensional, it's very one-directional, it's almost preachy. But when you do content marketing, when we also invite users to talk and create their own content, I think it's far more credible.
Republic TV presents Engage, a video interview series brought to you by Buzz in Content.